Yeah, this is the anarchist flag of, yeah. I put it when I had my last discussion with the mayor. I put it here. Fucking mayor. Friendly mayor, but not friend of mine. Yeah, this is the anarchist. We are anarcho hippies. Here, for the first time, I find a way that my political views and everything and utopias are totally linked with my personal interest, which is living in a fantastic place like that. Normally, I was paying money when I had or giving all my energy to make things in places that I didn't really like or that it was not forever or it was not my place. Well, I was born in Barcelona 45 years ago. I studied sociology in Barcelona, in the Autonomous University of Barcelona. First I did 1 year of economy, but then I realized that it was a kind of a sect, no? Where you are teach what to think in economy. So I went to sociology, which opened my mind a lot. So I went to South America and I studied there sociology, and then I went to this World Social Forum, which was being held in Porto Alegre, Brazil, because it was the place where 150,000 people of all the world were gathering there, from socialists, anarchists, hippies, punkies, anti-globalization movement, feminist movement, MST, etc. I think they were gathering there to think about a better world. So in one side I went back to Europe, 2009. They told me, well, we were trying to make something here, something alternative, an eco something, an eco village maybe. And somebody else said before I arrived, no, eco village, no, because we don't have a big house, no, or a big land. But we have many alternative people living together in this region, so let's make a network or something. I said, okay, if you want, we can make a network of local currency. I know about that, and okay, let's make that. So we began the l'Ecoxarxa Montseny, the Montseny Eco Network, in 2009, and it was very successful. I did a mixture of different systems that I learned in South America, and in 2-3 months we were 300 people, many interesting things. This land has a lot of history, has the volcanic history as well. It's one of the newest soils of Europe as well, because it was volcanic. And also has this very strong history as a liberation movement in the 15th century. The land here is called Amat since 1190. So Amat, it comes from the Ecovila. When I talk about that, people expect to have a full eco-village. I say, no, it's beginning. So I say now, many places I begin to say Calamat. Calamat in Catalan, ca y can means the house of. An eco-village is a sustainable settlement, basically, which normally consists of different houses and different places, different families living together, where it's not only one family living, but 10, 20, 30 families living together, sharing many things. You don't have one only washing machine for every family, you have only one for 20 families, for instance. So like that, with many, or cars, the same thing. So it's a way of sharing resources and everything. In fact, every community is like every person, no? It's different. Each one is like, it's like a couple, a marriage. You have one person, the other person, and the couple, no? It's an entity itself. Same thing with the community, no? And it has its own life, no? People, the first thing they want to do is put law and order in the way. And I disagree completely about that. And I believe that living alone in the cities, in boxes, where you don't know the neighbor, is perfect for capitalism, no? And for keeping people dependent on big capitalism and alone and without the power to fight and to organize and to make a different society. My day-to-day precisely now, for instance, with few people is waking up between 7 and 9 in the morning, and then I do my coffee and my computer work in the morning to get up, and then it depends on the day. If it's also here, it's the seasons, as I said, and the weather. This is my days. I'm not Catholic at all, I'm not capitalist at all, so I don't give a shit too much about Sundays or Mondays. It only conditions me in whether I can go down to buy or not, or some radio program is the only thing that happens to me, because I don't have a normal work downhill. I work here in my things and receiving people. Then it depends on the weather. So if it's raining, for instance, then I stay much more at home, and if it's sunny, because I go much more outside, which is what I like, to do some work outside of physical work. Also to keep in shape, sort of. Wood things, animal things, doing fences, doing the garden, when it's the garden time, etc. And then when it begins to get dark, again go back to do reading or writing. And also in winter, half of the time is fire and heating. The way to integrate people here is to create an energy like the animals, the vegetarian issue, many things, this relaxed way. Even living here, maybe one day we work a lot, maybe 2 days after we don't work at all and there's no problem. So these things are clear, and it's not Dídac's will. It's a community which is inside this ideology. And we don't need 1,000 people, we need 5 families. So I just want that these 5 families are sort of this way. Then visitors can be whatever, But the idea in the long term is to have every time more self-sufficiency here of everything. And there's a new thing that is happening now, that we are going to manage the restaurant which is down in the valley, which is a big restaurant and quite famous. It was closed for 2 years, and now with some friends we're going to activate it again with the things that we're going to harvest here. And in the long term, you have to have full self-sufficiency. Now we have sufficiency in water, in the electricity, no cables, it's 0 cables until here. It's forbidden, and it will be very expensive. So it's solar panels, we're going to put but yesterday, for instance, I was without energy because 2 days of without sun. So this is the big house that we're going to rebuild at some point, but it's very expensive. So we don't have the money by now. So So the idea here is to rebuild that and to make 5 families here in a housing cooperative. But I believe I am more like ecological, but progressive, not conservative only. So I believe that places like that, if it's well done with permaculture, yes, you can have like maybe 20 small little houses with hobbit house, many different tiny houses, new different ways of living, which could be possible. The idea is to become, at the end, after when I am 80 years old, completely self-sufficient, no? With a garden, with the fruit trees, with the conservas. Here is a vegetarian project, so we don't have meat. If not, we could kill the goats, no? and eat them, but it's not the idea. If you ask me, I feel very rich in many things. No? I feel fortunate, especially in living here, for instance, no? and the knowledges and the travels I have done, etc. So I have enough to live here, and I don't need to pay a rent anymore. I don't need to pay electricity. I don't need to pay water. And the more I improve with the gardening and stuff, I will need to pay less in food. So that makes me rich. The less I need of the system, the more free I am and the more rich I am. No? I say it by heart, no? It's what Gandhi says, that there's enough richness for the needs of everyone, but not for the greed of some few people. No?